Namaste, good morning. Thank you so much for joining this practice. Please, as always, practice according to your conditions and your experience and comfort level. The practice is an offering, and remember that how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So as Dharma Yoga says, watch out what you put out there. So try not to go to the place of pain or suffering or anxiety or distress, because that's exactly what you're going to transmit. So on that note, let's begin the practice. Just start by sitting tall and straight. Close the eyes and bring the attention within. Before creation, what existed? God is always there in the midst of it all, and will still be there even beyond the ends of this universe. Attune your mind to that supreme divine consciousness within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to you tonight. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. beings everywhere, be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So now let's do some breathing in order to settle the mind into silence and to remove the restlessness and cravings, which ultimately can lead to attachments, which then leads to suffering. And when the mind is content, it is more conducive to concentration, and uninterrupted concentration becomes meditation. And when you merge with the object of the meditation, eventually you also find divine union, because God again is within all beings. Let's start with spiritual breathing. Bring your arms up, the palms slightly turned up. From the inhale, breathe in the best of the best universe down through the arms into spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4. Imagine it flooding in. 6, 7, 8. Holding in heart, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms, just the breath leaves. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again, pull in everything you need down through the arms into spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the attention in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale again, out through the arms, just a breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale, bring in the best of the best. Everything coming in through the arms, flooding the body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding again in the spiritual heart, hold the breath, all the attention there, make an offering of what you brought in. Exhale out through the arms, everything you pulled in stays within. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The arms come down now. The main breathing, alternate nostril breathing, we'll do it rhythmic style. 3, 12, 6. 3 on the inhale, 12 on the breath retention, and 6 on the exhale. So you're breathing in through the active side, which I'll explain in a moment. Hold the breath for 12 and apply the throat and a root lock. Exhale out through the less active and back the other way. Through the inhale through the less active, hold the breath again. Exhale out through the active. So you always begin and end on the active side. For the breath retention, you want to bring the chest up very high as you inhale, not the shoulders, the chest. So when you hold the breath, the chin simply has come down and then the back stays straight. You don't have to hunch the back. The tongue through roof mouth behind the teeth locks off the seal, and you bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows. That's the throat lock. For the root lock, contract all the muscles of the pelvic floor. Pull them up towards the navel. So pull everything up and in. And you contract all the muscles down in the buttocks. And so you hold that during that's the root lock. For the active nostril now, we'll find it now. Left hand in Jnana Mudra. Second finger and third and thumb connected on the left knee. It stays like this the whole time so you don't dissipate the energy. The right hand, second and third fingers fold down. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, no longer Vishnu Mudra, but it's what we use for the control, the passage of the breath through the nose. So let's find the right, let's block off the left nostril first. So block off the right nostril with the right ring finger. Send a few puffs of air rapidly through the right side. And then close off the right side with the thumb. Open up the left. Do the same thing. Whichever is your side that feels more open, that is your active side. If they feel exactly the same, you can default to the left side as your active side. So let's begin now. So we always again use the thumb and the right ring finger of the right hand. So sit up tall and straight, breathe out completely. Empty the lungs, close off the less active side. My active side is the left side. Inhale through the active side. 3, hold the breath, chin on the chest, third eye attention. 2, 3, 4. Remember throat and a root lock. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, out through the less active side. 2, 3, can be completely empty by the 6 count. 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. 3, lift the chest, hold the breath, chin on the chest, third eye attention, tuck the roof out behind the teeth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. 2, 3, release the locks. You breathe out. 5, 6. Inhale through the active side. 3, hold the breath. Everything stops. All the mind fluctuations of body movements and emotions as though we were frozen. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the less active side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. 3, hold the breath. Remember the locks of the throat and the root. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the active. Hold. Exhale through the less active side. Inhale through the less active. Hold for 12, mentally counted in your head. Keep the mind set, always the same, the temperament unchanging. Exhale out through the active side. Continue on your own. 3, 12, 6, remember. The throat and the root lock on the breath retention. All the attention that's facing the eyebrows on the breath retention as well. Learn to make your mind one pointed in its focus. If the mind wanders, be unconcerned, unjudging. Just keep pulling your mind back to the pranayama without any judgment, without any concern. You can prolong the inhales and exhales by slowing down the count if you have more breath capacity. The longer you hold the breath, the more beneficial. The mind stays in a quiet state. And even though body is experiencing maybe some discomfort through the breath retention, try to remain unconcerned, unbothered, unjudging. Try for at least 12 cycles at one sitting. We don't have time here, but this is just a taste of it, so you can do this practice, if possible, every day. It has profound benefits. Next time you exhale out of the active side, conclude. Don't shortchange the breath retention just for the sake of finishing. Finish the whole cycle as it's meant to be. Take it seriously, for the proper technique will bring the most benefits to all beings with whom you're sharing this with. everything's an offering. Once you're done, sit quietly. Bring your attention to the seat of divine perception. Imagine the Guru sitting there within, guiding you through the practice. May they guide us and protect us throughout the practice. And think of the Guru as existing in all forms, so whichever you're representing at any given point, that is your Guru, that's your teacher. Do the practice, do the postures with enthusiasm, with devotion, so that they sense your enthusiasm and are more apt to share the tricks with you. They impart them all psychically, this knowledge that you need to grow. So now let's bring that into our minds. Stay with that intention throughout the practice. Let's come to standing and begin. Or continue, I guess. So we're going to start off with warm-up. Stand your feet hip width apart. Swing from side to side. Arms hitting the body like heavy ropes. Throw the arms all the way around the body, all the way around you. And then move faster. Really shake the joints. Now the head's flying all the directions. Everything loosen up. And now slow it down. Bring the hands back onto the hips. Circle the head, large circles as possible. Try to keep the eyes on the floor no matter where the head is in its rotation. Feels the head very heavy, rolling all the way around the neck. It can't even stay on the neck, it's so heavy. And then go in the other direction. Try to get the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, back of the head to the top of the back. And now, right arm up, left hand down. Circle the arms in opposite directions. Left hand up, right hand down. Switch again. Go 8 times, and then switch directions again. Right hand up, switch. Don't think too much about it. Left hand up, right hand down. You might get confused and start swimming. So it's not like this. The arms are going in the same direction. Arms opposite. Okay, so now arms up over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows, bend to the left. Bounce a little bit with each pose, go a little bit deep. And go to the right. Try to hollow the underside of the body. Try not to make wrinkles in the waist. Go to the left again. Pull the elbow. Try to avoid from hunching forward. Go to the other side. Feel stretch all along the side body. Come back up. And then from here, little circles over the head to start. Head, neck, and shoulders moving mostly at first. But then maybe make the circles larger, chest and upper back coming into movement, starting to feel the extension in the side body. And then finally, if you feel comfortable, do so. The whole torso circles, like the action of the airplane propeller on the nose of the airplane. Come all the way back up, and then circling the opposite direction, starting again small. Squeeze your arms by the ears, and start to make the circles larger. And if you feel okay to do so, once again, turn the whole trunk. Hinge at the hips and the forms brushing right across the tops of the feet. And coming all the way back up. And then release. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly from side to side, like you're trying to shake all the water off your hands and dry the hands. And up and down, feel all the joints and the wrists and the fingers moving, being shaken vigorously. You can't even see the fingers moving, they're going so fast. And then release. Arms out to the side. If you need to bring your left hand onto the wall, you can go ahead and then raise your right. Bring the right leg up and swing it back and forth. Lean forward, try to get your knee to the shoulder. When the leg goes back, try to get the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg. Bring your attention to a point in front of you. Try not so as not to lose the balance. And then release. Bring the feet together, arms by the sides of the body. 6 counts to come up, halfway up we lift the heels and we turn the palms upwards. Inhale, 2, 3, lift up off the heels, palms up, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Lower the heels softly, inhale. Move with grace, with control, rise up taller, 2, 3, push through with your toes, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Again, charge the legs, hollow out the core, all the way up, engage leg muscles, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Be like the one that's watching the body move all by itself, 2, 3. Keep inhaling, come up higher, 2, 3. Get as tall as possible, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. The chin comes back down onto the chest in a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Renounce all the fruits. Dedicate them to all beings everywhere. Do the practice simply because it must be done for the benefit of all. Your divine gift to all beings. And so now stay with the intention. Move to the front of the mat, hands to the heart. Imagine that the sun's warmth and light is coming down on you, represents the love and the wisdom of God. Infuse yourself with it and send it out to all beings also. Surya Namaskara. Raise your arms up, salute to the sun. And reflect it in your postures. And head down, right foot back, lower down a knee, drop down to the seat. Come into high plank. Every movement reflects surrender and devotion. Put the feet back, glide forward. Brush your nose against the ground and come up. The head goes all the way back, the shoulders go out to the side. And take the seats back again. Inhale, come forward. Pull with the arms to propel your body forward, more power. Raise the chest, arch the back. Bhujangasana. One more time. Take the seats back. Make like a cobra, creeping through the grass. Be powerful and fierce, yet move with the utmost grace. Adho Mukha Savasana. Raise the seat, or drop the head down below the arms. And the right foot steps forward to the head, softly. Drop down to the seat, push the lower back in. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Come back home. Modify according to your needs. Raise your arms up, arch the back. Engage the buttocks to support you, and the upper back muscles support you as you lean back. Fold the body down in half. Left foot back. Lower down the knee, Anjalyasana. Hips all the way forward. Into the high plank. Knees down, the seat all the way back. Come forward again. Bless your nose. Can imitate the form. Copy the teacher physically. Imagine how that balanced range of motion like the serpent. The seat comes back again. Twice blessed are those who can copy the teacher. Mentally, be regal and wise like the serpent. One more time. Take the seat back. Come forward. 3 times blessed are those who can imitate the teacher. Spiritually tap into all the divine qualities of what you're representing. Adho Mukha Savasana. They're all within. You just have to turn them on. Left foot forward. If this is difficult, you can lower the right knee down if you need to. The foot doesn't make it all the way. Use the left hand to just slide the foot forward. Then push the seat all the way forward towards the front heel. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. And back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. Arch. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down onto your legs. Chest on the thighs. Right foot back. Anjalyasana. Into the high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. This time as you come forward, And your hips come to your hands. Lift your hips in the way and the knees away from the ground, the legs in the ground. Upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. The right foot steps forward, drop down to the seat. Feet come together. Pull the body to the thighs, head down. Come right to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Seamless, powerful, graceful transitions like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Fold the body down. Exude love in all your movements in devotion. Left foot back. Stay if you intend to serve in all beings. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right into upward facing dog. Hips up off the ground, knees up off the ground. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Soften the line in the back. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. All the movements deliberate, mindful, precise. Chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up. Remember the practice and the offerings. You want to offer the best that you can. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back. Pull the body down. This time, though, bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs. Join your hands behind the back and pull hands right over your head. From here, right foot back foot, touching your fingers to the ground. Bring your arms all the way up, Kapiyasana. Bring your arms all the way back behind your ears, if you can. Then bring your hands down, step back into high plank. You can do Ashtanga Namaskara again, or if you're stronger, bring your seat back. Come right through, pull the elbows into sides of body. Try to make it right into upward facing dog from here. Again, be mindful of your shoulders and you condition your strength. Stay here for a moment. Bend the toes under, pulse. Try to get your chest up, your nose up. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Take all the fold down the lower back, and the back of the neck. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So you have to telescope your body out of the hips and the neck out of the shoulders. Here, bounce the chest towards the ground, belly towards the thighs. If you're flexible, maybe the forehead, maybe in the nose and the chin come down. Look at the dog stretching its back. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master. Now raise your right leg up, smoothly send the foot between the hands. No big heavy foot falls. Move your shoulders over the fingertips, so let the foot land softly. Kapiyasana again, pull the arms all the way up and back. Stem the arms out of the shoulders. Now come forward, bring your belly at your thighs, swing your hands behind the back. Feet come together, Uttanasana, chest and the thighs, body pressing against the legs. Eventually the seat comes directly over the heels. Bow down in zone humbleness. Come all the way to standing, Hasta Uttanasana. Arch, stretch, hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power and ease and fluidity of movement. Chest on the thighs, push the seat all the way up. Imagine trying to get your legs completely straight, seat over the heels. From here, left foot back, lower down the knee, and swing your arms all the way up. Kapiyasana. Keep the toes bent to prepare for the next pose, the next transition into high plank. From here, again, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down, or bring your seat all the way back, right into upward facing dog. You have to pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push through the base of the toes and the heels, your palms, and the base of the fingers. Upward facing dog again. Keep on visualizing the form in your mind and try to realize the image. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bounce, try to get your chest to the ground without bending your arms. Soft line, shallow at the bottom and steep at the top like a slide at the playground. Now swing your left leg up. Send the foot between the hands. Shoulders over the fingertips, the foot lands softly. Kapiyasana again. Arms up over the head. Arch. Good. Radiate your inner lights. And from here, lean forward. Bring your belly onto your thighs. Swing your hands back behind your back and join them. Uttanasana. Seat directly over the heels. Eventually the legs are perfectly straight. If your body starts to detach from the legs, just keep your knees bent. Keep your belly with your thighs. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Arch back. Come back home. Good. Again, raise your arms up. Same variation. Hinge at the hips. Bend your knees. Push your belly into your thighs. Arms come over the head. And then a right foot back. Lower down the knee. Right into Kapiyasana from here. Stretch. Bring your hands down. Your choice of entry into upward facing dog or cobra. Maybe the seat comes back. And then the legs stay up off the ground as you make the transition. Downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up. Wherever you are, it's perfect if you're always with the intention of offering and doing your best. Drop your seat all the way forward, hands over the head, stretch fingertips, maybe landing over the toes eventually. Come forward, bend your, or bring your belly onto your thighs, join your hands behind the back, feet together. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing, reach up. Hands back to the heart. Dharmaji does this very fast. He's always reminding us to stay together. Don't be late or you miss it all. Bend your knees, press your belly into your thighs, join your hands over the back, send your head down. Left foot back. Don't waste any opportunity to serve through your practice. Kapiyasana, then right back into high plank, and then the seat all the way back. Maybe coming into upward facing dog or modify as you need to. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot comes up, step the foot, oops, I think I did this wrong. Right foot comes up and then step the foot between the hands. Back knee down and come right up into Kapiyasana again. Lean forward, belly onto your thighs, join your hands, feet together, chest with the thighs, face to the chest. Come right up to standing, reach up, and then come back home. And again, raise your arms up, fold the body down in half. All the movements again, expressing divine devotion. Left foot back, drop your knee down, sink through the seat, arms come over the head, and bring the hands down. With repetition comes the ease into upward or cobra, entry of your choice. Back into downward facing dog. Look enthusiastic. So the teacher feels more inclined again to share more with you. Left leg up, step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, right into Kapiyasana. And then belly on your thighs. So your hands behind the back, the feet come together. Uttanasana, push your body into your legs. A gesture of humility with head down. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. Arch back. And then come back home. Good. From here, take pause. From the heart, inhale up to the crown. Hold the breath. Imagine all the love from the heart going up and out to all beings everywhere. Like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain in divine unconditional love towards all beings. And release. Let's continue with some postures now. Standing on the left foot first, let's try ballet pose. Take hold of the inside of the right heel, the thumb behind the heel, and bring your leg out to the side. Try to have the fingers and toes in the same line, so maybe height to the shoulders if you're more flexible. Bring your leg close to the shoulder, but lean a little bit to your left. Flex the foot to help keep the balance. Look up. If you can, lean back. Good. Expression of poise and grace like the dancer. Exude the qualities of a dancer. Now from here, release a foot, lean to your left. Stay heavy on your left foot. Try not to allow the toes to touch down in between. Bend your left knee right into gliding eagle. Bring arms out to the side. You can always touch your fingers to the ground if you lose your balance. Try to remain unchanged in your temperament, unjudging, unconcerned. Imagine your eagle diving down from a great height. Good. Now from here, bring your hands down the ground. We're going to turn the other way. Left hand comes to your foot. Your index finger along the heel. Raise the right leg up higher if you can. Eventually, leg comes up in a straight line right over the foot. Bend your knee if you need to keep your belly on your thigh. And maybe walk your right hand in to the foot. Eventually, hold your breath and bring your right hand to the inside of the foot as well. The index finger along the inside of the heel. Look towards just in front of your toes. Good. Now place your hands down. This is an option. Lift your heel up and down. Push into your hands and lift up. Push up to the base of the toes of the foot above you. Okay, if you want, you can press into your hands. Hold your breath and see if you can even press the left foot right up off the ground. You can hover there. And come back down. Good. Oops. Went right over that time. So again, one more time, maybe if you like. flexion to the foot, and come back down. And from here, bring the right foot back down. Relax for a moment. Inhale, bring the head out. Exhale, flop down over the legs. And come back up. So right foot, standing firm on a right foot, spread the toes, and then bring the left foot up, take hold of the heel, the thumb to the just behind the heel. The left leg comes up, flex the foot again, ballet pose. Every pose you try to embody all the characteristics of what you're representing. The dancer, the ballet dancer. Open yourself up to divine grace. Oops. Whatever happens again, remain unconcerned, unjudging, unbothered. Now from here, bring the left foot down, right into eagle. Bend your right knee, arms fly out to the side. Try to get your left foot higher than the head. The head comes about the height of the knee. Arch your back a little bit. And bring the hands down. I'm going to change direction, orientation. The left leg comes up higher if you can. If you need, you can bend your knee if you have tight hamstrings. The right hand to the ankle. Index finger just along the heel, the outside of the heel. Bit by bit, you walk your left hand closer. You slide it in, and maybe the left hand comes onto the foot as well. Keep your belly with your thighs. Bend your right knee as much as you need to. The gaze is beyond the toes. And then bring the hands down. Again, press into your hands. Pull the elbows in. Make as though you're trying to hold the newspaper underneath your arm. And here, press the right foot up, the right heel up off the ground. Push and choose your toes. Hold the breath. Lift the right hip. Press out the left foot. If you want, you can see if you can float the foot up. Push down into the ground. Lift up. Maybe you might be able to get your right leg up to meet the left eventually. And then come back down. Left foot down. Inhale, extend through the crown. Exhale, flop again. Breathe in. Breathe out. And come back up. You have to keep doing things over and over again, just like you have to hear the teachings over and over again in order for them to sink in and to really become part of you. All-encompassing, left foot in front, left hand in front of left foot, about 14 to 16 inches. Try to have your left hip right over the heel. Raise your right leg up, turn to the right, and bring the right arm up. If you can, look up. Right, try to get your foot nice and high, your chest nice and open. Now from here, if you like, bend your left knee. Sometimes that helps. Bend your right knee, bring it close to your seat, and then push the foot up and away from you again. Try to get your knee pointing up, your foot away from your body. Pull on the foot, should feel like a bow pose, Dhanurasana. Now from here, if you want to progress further, look forward, hold your breath, and take your left hand onto the heart. Perhaps you can take the hand right to the foot, pull the foot away from you again. Lift your chest a little bit. Good. From here, break the pose. Left hand down, right foot down, and come up. You have to keep on imagining yourself in a practice you're trying to achieve. And with constant practice, perhaps the body will eventually obey. The right foot in front, and then bring your right hand forward. Not too close, otherwise you won't be able to open the hip and you might lose your balance more easily. Stay on the fingertips, so try not to come down to the base of the fingers on the ground. Lift them up, lift the palm, and then bring the left leg up. Left arm follows. If you look up, you won't be able to see your foot. It's in the right place. Keep your fingers active. And from here, look down. If you want, Bend your right knee and bring the heel in towards the seat. And if you can, take hold of the foot. If you can't take hold of the foot, don't worry about it. You can just stay in your Ardha Chandrasana if you like. Push the foot away from your seat. Open up the chest, bring the left shoulder back, look over your left shoulder. Keep pulling the foot up and away from the body. And you can stay in this form too, or you can look forward, make sure your hip is right over your heel, hold your breath, bring the right hand to the heart. Or pull your foot into the seat again, take hold of the right hand to the foot, and once again push the foot out. Once the foot's away from the body, you can re-engage the left leg, straighten it out. Break the pose, left foot back down. And then from here, come to the middle of the mat. Bring the fingers on the same line as the elbows, height to the shoulders. Jump your feet apart and turn your left foot towards the front. Virabhadrasana 2. Try to get a little bit deeper into the hips. Come forward with a sense of purpose and direction, like the warrior that doesn't hesitate to do their duty. Come into the warrior consciousness. Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up, bring your head all the way back. Expression of devotion, utmost surrender to divine service. A warrior knows their duty and they never hesitate to do the duty. Now from here, press into the front foot, straighten out the front leg. From here, take the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, open up the palms, bend the wrists, lift the chest, bring the head all the way up and back. Stay strong through the legs. Let your feet come back up. Bend your left knee. Bring your seat again low, about the height of the knee. Go to your right a little bit. Humble warrior. If your hips are low, you might be able to get your head right beside your foot. If this is too much, you can always bring your right knee on the ground. And do it from here. Again, modify according to your needs. It's all perfect if you're staying with the intention of offering everything up. Now from here, break the pose, bring your right knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapiyasana. Pull your arms up, rock your shoulders back and forward, try to get them behind the ears. Make like you're Mussolini with your big open high chest. Get your chest up, push it up away from the seat so you don't wrinkle the lower back. Now, depending on your flexibility, you might be able to bring your hands down. Your elbows stay up, your hands, wrists are right below the line of that, just below the head. If you can bring your right foot up, you might just be able to find the head. Keep your seat forward. So if you have your seat up, it's going to be hard to balance. So you want to get your seat right down. If this is too much, you can turn to the right if you like. You can slide your right hand towards the foot, lean away from the leg and stay here. Or you can bring the foot up, bring the foot up, and you can even press the foot against the inside of the arm. Left arm goes forward. If you can, lean towards the foot, bring the foot towards the shoulder. The fingers come close to the ears so that you can join the hands together more easily. And then lift the wrist, push it away from you, and bring the left arm over your head to the other side. Push the foot away from the shoulder, swan pose. Think of a swan's neck. It doesn't have any kinks or sharp angles. So this is why you try to push the foot away so you don't make that big fold in the elbow. And bring the foot towards the shoulder, bring it down, turn towards front, left foot goes out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee for a moment, just push back and forth through the back foot. And then lower the knee down. Push the foot back first. And then if your hips are low enough, fall on your right hip and your right forearm. Roll back to your left. Try to have both sides of the seats equally down and keep telescoping your chest forward. When your hips are anchored down, the rest of the body will follow more easily. You want to imagine you're moving into the cobra from the ground. And then maybe the body will flatten out. Make sure the knee stays close to the shoulder. So not like this, nor like this. You want to have your knee in the same line as the heel. So you push the foot out as much as you need to keep the same line. If you're very low to the ground, left arm to the outside of the foot, your shoulder can come right onto the foot. Look like a lizard just sunning yourself on a warm earth. Not a care in the world. Now come back onto the hands. From here, bring your body upright. Bring your left foot in a little bit. And then the good test to see if it's in the right position. See if you can lift the foot up. If it comes up easily, it's in the right place. Arms out to the side, dive down. Left hand to the inside of the foot, right arm up. Easy triangle, not easy triangle. Push the shoulder into the knee. If you want, take a bind. Right hand goes behind the back, and you can either bring your hand onto your thigh, roll the thigh outwards, or lower your shoulder down just a little bit below the knee, so you get your left arm under. Bring your head down a little bit. Catch the right hand with your left, and you bind beside on the back of the left thigh, right beside the seat. Don't try to go over the seat, around the seat. Now from here, if you want to keep going, lift the back knee up off the ground, push the right hip up. If you want to try to balance, challenge yourself to balance, lean forward into your left foot. Hip over the heel, hold your breath so you can get your right foot up off the ground. Even just hover the foot. You might be able to bring the right leg all the way up eventually. Okay, if that's too much, you can do Adho Chandrasana again. You don't know until you try, so be open and receptive to trying everything. Break the pose. From here, looking forward. If you're standing already, stay there and try to stay upright without your knee to the ground. Your right arm up, Parivita Parsvakonasana. Bring the arm to the outside of the left leg, your armpit sitting on the knee. Left hand pushes into your right. And then you push the left hand into the right so the belly comes over the thigh. Turn all the way to your left, center of the chest, behind the thumbs, and eventually the chest and the face turned up. If it's too much, bring the back knee down to the ground. If you want to go further, you can do the bind. The right arm underneath the leg, left arm over your back. Join your hands underneath the belly. Lots of things happening in this pose. It's an amazing pose. Embrace all the benefits. Now from here, break the pose. Bring the hand back to the inside of the foot. And bring your body in between legs. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. Go to the other side. Come forward onto your, with your right foot. Come all the way down. The left knee is very close to the ground. Be strong and mighty like the warrior. And then the left hand comes up over the head. Virabhadrasana 1. Shine your heart up. All the way back. Express the devotion of a warrior. Now press into your right foot, come all the way up. Take the hands behind the back. Open up the palms, interlace the fingers, push your chest up. Press your hands against the inside of the left thigh, the top of the leg. Get ready to come forward. Hinge at the hips, bend your right knee again. Slide your left foot out so that your hip is above the same line as the knee. Go to your left, roll the left leg out. You have to push the left foot, hip back a little bit. Try to get your shoulder to slide down the inside leg, not land on top of the knee. So you want to just want to move to the left a little bit. Again, modify if you need to. Bring your left knee down. Because that's what helps you to find the steadiness. Be unjudging, unconcerned of the results. Just do your best. Now break the pose, bring hands back down, turn forward, the right foot moves out to the edge of the mat, and then left, push back through the left foot, the base of the toes and the heel. With each pass, drop a little bit further through the hips, feel as though they're made of lead, very heavy. And push the left heel back one more time. If your hips are low enough, fall onto your forearm and fall onto your hip, and then roll back to the right and try to get that side to anchor down as well. If you're on your hands, if your hips are way far away from the ground, just stay on your hands, but think of a cobra pose. Push your hips all the way down. Feel as though they're heavy fat sandbags. And keep on trying to lengthen the body, telescope your body out of the hips. Eventually you'll come down further and further with the chest on the ground at some point. Lie down on your belly and your chest. What you don't attain in this lifetime, you just pick up in the next lifetime. These yogis with extraordinary poses, they've had some credits from the past. They've done a practice, they've been in existence long already. So they've had time to perfect or to master some of the poses already. And coming back up, slide your right foot in, and then again, take your hands to your hips, see if you can lift the right foot up. If it comes up easily, it's in the right place roughly. Turn to your left, arms out to the side, Sukha Trikonasana. Right hand on the inside of the foot, left arm up. Feel free to stay here. Push the left hip back and open. If you want to take a half bind, the left arm goes behind the back, and slip your hand in between your body and your thigh. Use the hand to roll the thigh outwards, or lower your shoulder down even more, just below the line of the knee. The right arm goes underneath the leg, left arm over the back. Catch the wrists with your right hand, and then pull the left shoulder back. Keep your shoulder with the knee. If you want to keep going, lift the back knee up off the ground. Try to get your left leg straight by bringing your hip all the way up. Doesn't matter if the right leg doesn't straight. Eventually it will if you push the body into the leg and push your right hip up as well. But at least get your left leg straight if you can. And from here, if you want, you can see if you can come on to just the right foot. Keep your right shoulder against the knee, hip over the heel. Hold your breath so you can get your left foot up. Maybe you can keep going. Or you do regular Ardha Chandrasana again, with your right hand on the ground in front of the foot, and the left arm up. Okay, so. Break the pose, bring the left foot back down. If you're upright already, just turn to the front, bend your right knee, left arm up, Parivrita Pashukanasana. Left arm is the outside of the right leg, the armpit sitting on the knee. Right hand pushes into your left. Sometimes the fist is a little bit easier to help the pushing action, so you can get your belly up higher than the thigh. Then you have more room to spin, you're not obstructed by your leg. So you don't want to stay trapped behind your leg. If you want, you can take the bind, use your right hand to guide the left arm underneath, push on the elbow, and then the right arm goes over your back. Join your hands together underneath the belly or underneath the leg. Turn your chest all the way up. Pull on the hands to get you deeper into the twist if you're in a bind. Now from here, bring your hands back. And then come back to the center. So here I'm going to turn sideways so you see, come all the way up. From here, easy Trikonasana, turn your heels in a little bit. Your toes, you move your legs in a little bit, but your toes are still beyond the edges of the mat. Hands on the seat, bend your knees, your seat over your knees over the toes, maybe beyond the toes a little bit. Push your hands into seat, pull down. Slowly go back. Don't go too fast, you might get dizzy. Allow the head to go back. Slowly. If you want, you can bring your hands one at a time down the backs of the legs. The heels, your palms pressing just underneath the knees. And use your hands to control the motion of the legs. It's counter spiral. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Your thumbs will come a little bit more in between your legs. If you're more flexible, keep going. The hands can go all the way down. Maybe you can step on your fingers, some of you. Now push the hips forward, roll the thighs outwards, continue to roll the thighs outwards, the shins inwards. Try to straighten your legs. Come back up, walk your hands back up one at a time, pressing into your hands into your seat eventually. Push into your seat, pull down, tuck your chin in and come back up. Arms out to the side, turn heels out to the edge of the feet, turn line with the short ends of the mat. Hands behind the back. If this is too much, you can bring just your knuckles together behind your back, or take hold of your opposite elbows if you have a little bit more flexibility. Somewhere in between, and now hinge at the hips. The chest comes forward, the head above the height of the hips. Keep going down. Try and get your head towards the ground, so you might be able to get your head right on the ground. And depending on where your hands are, if you're joined together, you might eventually get your hands down in front of your head as well. Push. Try to push your head through a little bit more. If you're flexible, maybe the back of the head will come in line with your heels, and your chest will go behind your legs. Always according to your conditions, remember, and your abilities. We will all arrive. Eventually, we'll get the chance to experience everything, so don't worry. We can't, if you don't get too far in this life. You'll eventually pass through everything, just like everybody else. Come back to high, come all the way up, press into your feet and come back up. Arms out to the side, and then hands to your seat. Knees each crossing on one more time. Hips forward, press into your seat, pull down at the same time, bend your knees, and then come forward. Push into your seat, pull down, and if you want, you can walk your hands down the backs of the legs. If you're more flexible, you can see the floor easily. You can bring one arm over the head, the hand comes to the ground, and then the left hand comes to the ground, the other hand comes to the ground. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Know your limits, know your abilities, of course. And do only if you feel comfortable to do so. Now, if you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, you want to come back up, come onto your fingertips, push your hips forward. One hand at a time goes back over the head and onto the back of the leg, just close to the knee, and then the other one, hold your breath, and then you make your way back up the rest of the way. And then from here, arms out to the side, jump your feet back together. Mountain consciousness. From the base of the spine, inhale up to the ground, which is like the summit of the mountain. And back down to the base of the spine, which is the base of the mountain. Be solid and unshakable, unmovable in your practice, in your devotion to the practice, and to serve others. Good. Now come to the back end of the mat. If you feel comfortable, you can fall right into plank. Keep your arms in front, look forward, hold your breath and land on your hands. But if you don't, if you have wrist issues, just come down into table and then make your way into plank. If you're doing it from standing, arms in front, again, lock your arms, elbows close to the body. Make it as though you're hugging a newspaper again underneath your arms. Come forward, and then come into your plank, into side plank now. Left hand moves more in front of the nose. Keep your ankles crossed. Arms straight, lying from hand to hand, from head to foot, straight line as well. Push your hips up. Make sure this is not happening. You're dropping into shoulder, your hip is sagging. Best to just lower your left knee if that's starting to happen. Okay, so protect your body, your joints. Come to high plank. Go to the other side. The right hand in front, go side to your left a little bit. in front of the nose, go to your left. Now from here, come back, lower the right knee down, swing your foot out to your left, and bring the left knee in behind, right in behind. The foot comes to the right, and so you end up sitting down between your feet, your heels. If this is too much, you can just bring your, sit on your heels like this. Okay, so otherwise, if your knees are right knee's on top, try pulling the foot, try to get your knees in the same line, right on top of one another. Right arm up, take the left elbow to the hand, left hand to the elbow, and push the elbow up higher. Push the hand further down the back. Lift the elbow and push it back. If this is already at your edge, you stay there, otherwise left hand can come up, tug on the hands, bring them down towards the lower back. Lean back. The inhale, rise up taller. Pull on the hands. Exhale. Pull the hands further down the back, but without dropping the whole body back into your hips. Elbows move in the same line, with the head in between. Now break the pose. Bring the hands down. From here, lift your seat and just walk to your left. Stay in the same spot. You're spinning around on your feet. You're walking hands all the way around. And then when you're facing forward again, your left leg's in front, and then you sit down again. Otherwise, again, you stay in Sukha Gomukhasana with your thighs together, just sitting on your heels. Pull on the feet a little bit, knees right on top of the other, and then the left arm comes up. Take the right hand to the elbow. Push the elbow all the way up and back. Feel free to come into the bind. Lock your fingers together. Pull the hands down. And sit very tall. There's the time to be still in the pose. Take that advantage to bring the mind into stillness, merge with the form. Surrender to the form, and that's when you find the ability to go within. And then release. Try to merge with the form in all ways, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Now we're going to try Vasisthasana again. We're going to come back into high plank. Sometimes it helps actually to come into downward facing dog, so your hips are already high. I'm going to try some variations here now. So you can do the same thing, however, if this is where you're at, left hand moves to the right, spin towards the side, the right as always, then slide your right toes back and keep spinning your left foot. Your toes are not at 90 degrees to the leg, they're facing the same direction as the legs pointing, the knees pointing. Push your hip all the way up. It should feel like Urdhva Dhanurasana. Imagine trying to get your seat, your hip all the way forward, your knee almost over the foot. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is down so you can take the right foot up easily, or more easily, and then take your knee, catch the knee, maybe catch the foot. Make sure you're not dropping into your left shoulder. Come back down. Spin on the foot, come back to downward facing dog, and go on the other side now. Move the right hand in, and as you turn to your left, raise the left arm up, slide your left toes back, and keep spinning on your right foot until the toes again are in the same line, pointing the same direction as the knee. Okay, and then from here, don't turn the foot too much, it's going to prevent you from opening up the hip in the way that you need to make it easier to bring your knee up, your left knee up, catch the knee, maybe catch the foot eventually if you have the reach. Push your hips all the way up, try to straighten out your leg. If you're bending your right knee and you're flat, it's going to again be hard to hold the pose for very long. You lose the strength. Bring your hip way up. arch of the building, they're very strong. Break the pose. Gracefully come back the same way. Lower your knees down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now from here, slide forward into Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. And from here, jump your feet to the hands. Good. Come into squat. Lift the heels. All the way up. Shoulders back over the seat. Come down. Bring your hands down. Right in between your legs. Open up your knees a little bit. And then from here, Kakasana. So pushing your inner thighs against the backs of the arms, knees close to shoulders, tip forward, and then lift your toes up off the ground. If you don't feel comfortable with your toes, just keep your toes down, but keep bringing weight, bear weight on your upper arms. If your knees are close to shoulders, you move in upward direction so you're not going down with your head. Keep your head up. Sometimes easier to find a balance here. Flex your toes also helps. Those who want can tuck your chin in, control the movement to forward just a little bit so you can bring your forehead on the ground, and then you can shift a little bit so your shins are sitting on your upper arms, more on the top of the head. And then from here, if you like, you can go right into headstand if you feel comfortable. You can split the legs as well, whatever you need to do. You can stay in a tuck, still good. Wherever you are, again, is perfect. Just try your best. Good. Now from here, depending where you are, if you're in headstand, start to make your way down back into tuck. If you want, you can land your legs on your arms for crow pose. Again, flex your toes, push into your hands, and then lift your head, hold your breath, and back down. So sometimes if you go too fast, you don't push into your hands, your seat goes all the way back and you fall back down. So you want to try to keep your head forward a little bit, curl your tail under, and keep pointing your head forward so that your seat doesn't come down too low. Okay, so now rest in child's pose for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll up. Now, if you didn't do the headstand this last time, you can try it this time. If you know how to get into headstand, go right ahead. You don't have to wait. So go into your variations, and then once you're there, just hold the pose, merge as a form. Be completely still in the body and mind. If you need, you can always bring yourself against the chair. You can use a chair or the wall to help you. Bring your feet to the base of the chair or the base of the wall. If toes are on the wall or on the legs of the chair, take hold of the opposite elbows. They should be right underneath your shoulders. And then don't move your elbows. Bring your hands forward. If you move your elbows out a little bit too much, it's going to be hard to balance. Then bring your head in between your hands. You bring one foot on the wall at the height of the hip or on the seat of the chair. The other leg goes all the way back behind you. The foot dangling towards the ground. Keep your leg very bent. The tendency is to have your leg too straight, and then it's hard to control. So you want to keep your legs bent. The more compact your body is, the easier it is to find a balance. Now from here, you pull your toes away from the seat of the chair or from the wall. If you're on the wall, your foot, make sure you don't bring it too high. It's about the height of the hip. You should be able to bend your knee while putting your foot on the wall so that you have a little bit of play. And then once you find a pose, bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. If you have a lotus, go ahead and do lotus. Only a full lotus, not a half one. Do the full lotus if you have it. And make the mind more one-pointed. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. Those of you who are still in headstand, find this easy. If you you want, you can see if you can push into your hands and lift your head up off the ground. Hold the breath. Push into the forearms and lift your head up. Maybe you can do it a few times. Little push-ups. All options, of course, not important if you don't do it. Now break the pose. Hinge at the hips. Come into tuck, or if you have control, you can keep your legs straight as you make your way down. Hips come back a little bit if your legs are extended so that you can land softly. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now from here, arms come forward, creep forward into upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. And from here, I'm going to move forward a little bit too far back. You want to jump to the front of the mat where your hands are. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, jump forward again. And from here, getting ready to come down into plow. So lift your heels again. It's called fierce pose. Bring arms up over the head. Why? Because you need fierce determination to stay there without changing the temperament. Being unbothered, unconcerned, unaffected. Come down slowly. Seat on the heels, tuck your chin in. And as your legs going back, bring your hands onto your back. Your feet behind the head now. Walk your arms in a little bit closer to one another. Join your hands together, join your wrists together so your elbows can come close, and then bring your hands on the back. Your wrists, heels, your palms roughly at mid-back. Shavasana. Raise the right leg up, and then the left. Take your time to get your left foot up all the way so that straight line from your toes all the way to the chin. If it's too much and your arms aren't behind your back because of shoulder limitations, just go where you can. Maybe your legs will be more angled, or maybe stay even in your baby plow, your easy plow. It's all perfect if you're doing with devotion as your best offering possible. If you have a lotus, do it now. If you have a lotus, also make sure that you can get your knees higher than your hips. You can bring your hands onto your knees. Push into your knees, hips come forward. So your knees come higher than hips, and just look as much like plow. Every chance you get, go within. Merge with the form. Put yourself into the consciousness, entering the consciousness of what you're representing. Back into plow pose. If, however, you have a lotus, you can do pindasana. Your thighs against your lotus against your body. You can wrap your arms around the outside of the legs and join your hands underneath the seat. Pull your legs right in, your knees are beside your head. If you don't have a lotus, you do plow pose again. And perhaps you can bring your thighs against your body, and your knees on either side of the head. Karna Pindasana. Want to go deeper, you can bring your arms behind your legs, your knees, rest your arms there, or bring your hands even in between your knees. Cup your hands around your ears, or maybe even interlace your fingers underneath your head. Your thighs on the belly, your knees almost in front of your shoulders on the ground.
break the pose. Bring hands behind the back, the palms down, index fingers and thumb tips touching. Roll down. Keep your legs close to your body as you're making the descent. Don't come down in a big crash landing. Nice and soft and controlled. Once your seat lands on your wrist, keep lowering your legs down. Stop halfway. If you can, keep your legs there. If it's too much, bring your legs down. We're going to go into fish pose. Lift your chest. Lift your back up off the ground. Bring your elbows a little bit in, a little bit more behind the heart. Then push the chest up. Send the top of it down. Breathe very fast and nose like a sniffing dog. Bring your feet down, close to your seat. Don't move your head. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bring your hands out from underneath. The fingertips on either side of the head. Press into your fingertips. Lift your back up off the ground. And then bring your head in a little bit closer towards the feet. Then turn your hands around. Spread your fingers equally. Turn the fingers out a little bit. But the fingers are pointing towards the heels. And then if you can, lift your head up off the ground. Mother of all back bends. Lift the heels. Stretch. Push your chest forward as though you're trying to bring your chest to the wall in front of you. Or in front of the arms at least. Do whatever variations you know. Walk your feet in a little bit closer still. And your hands a little bit closer to your feet. Try to get nice and high. Angry determination. Hold the pose a little bit longer if you can. Really press your chest forward. Lower the heels down and break the pose. Lie on the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your arms up over the head. Come to seated position. Now from here, compass pose. Getting ready here to open up the hips a little bit. So your left leg extends. Your right foot comes up and you just push your knee back behind your body underneath your arm. Both hands on the foot. Bring it all the way back. And then swing it out to the side a little bit, from side to side, like a door on a hinge. See if you can get your heel to the forehead. Bring the right arm in front of the leg, push into the back of the knee. Try to get your knee back. You want to get your leg eventually behind the shoulder. And push up into the back of the knee so the knee comes close to the ear. Now, depending where you are, you can just use your left hand on the bottom of the heel and push it up. You can use a strap if you like, so wrap a strap around the foot. You try to straighten your leg. If you can, you reach in front of the foot, tickle the outer edge of the foot, and you turn the right fingers away from you, just beside the seat. Lean back. Keep pushing into the back of the knee. Now from here, those you can. That's why I want to get your knee right up. You can, those of you who can tip your head forward, push your foot back, and see if you can get your leg behind your head. If you can't, don't worry about it. Not important. Just do your best. There's lots of variations here as well. If you can, place your hands down, lean forward, hold your breath, lift your seat up, and bring your leg up, your left leg, elephant trunk. You can shift, get your leg up. If you can't get your leg behind your head, you can do it just over the arm. So you send your right leg over the arm, close to the shoulder, lean forward, push into the back of the knee, and then hold your breath, straighten your arms, lift your seat up, and see if you can lift your leg up, left leg. Or cross your foot first on top of the other one, flex your feet, put them together, and then see if you can lift up. Astavakrasana. Lean forward and push your feet out to the side.
Use your imagination, see yourself in the forms, and eventually the body will obey and come back. No attachment to the result as always. Try it on the other side now. Left foot up, take hold of the foot, both hands, and push it back behind your body as far as you can. As though you're trying to touch the knee to the ground behind you. Then swing your leg up to the side. At any point along the way, you can stop and just modify as you need to. Just do what's suitable for you. And then from here, see if you can bring your heel, your foot right to your forehead. Bring your body upright. And then from here, move the left shoulder in front of the knee. Push it back again. Try to get your leg behind your body. And then you can take your right hand and lift the heel, turn the fingers out first, and push the heel up. Take a strap if you like, wrap the strap around the foot, and just keep pulling on the strap until your leg straightens and comes up as high as it can. Or take hold, hold the outside foot from in front, and push the leg a little bit further back behind the shoulder. This is what helps you get your leg behind the head. You have to push into the back of the knee, lift it, like try imagine lift extend your leg, try and get longer. Your knee comes close to your ear, and then you tuck your chin in, push the foot behind you. You have to bring your head down so that you can get your head in front of your leg. I'm sitting on the wrong place in my point. And then from here, press your hands down, lean forward. Your hands a little bit in front of the seat. Hold your breath, and then straighten your arms. Hold your breath, lift your right foot up. You can lean back, and you can bring your leg up. Elephant trunk. Or your leg just goes over the arm. Keep hugging the leg close to the shoulder. Your knees close to your shoulder. If it's too far down, it's going to be hard to come up. If it's all the way down here, it's going to be hard to get up. Okay, so you want to get your shoulder as high, your leg as high and this arm as possible, close to the shoulder. Press into your hands. Start by straighten your arms, push down into the ground, lift your seat up, hold your breath, lift the right foot up. If that doesn't work, cross your legs, your feet, your ankles, right foot on top of the other one, and lift your seat up. Eventually you can lean forward and push your feet out to the side. And then come back down. Release. So you got the legs here. And now come onto your belly. Rest for a moment. Forehead on the hands, breathe in. Breathe out. Getting ready for cobra, hands underneath your shoulders, or holding the edges of the mat, and then come into Sphinx if you like. This is always an option. Pull on the mat like you're trying to stretch the mat, make it longer. Shoulders down, the chest moves forward away from the seat, anchor down to the lower body. Eventually you can lift your elbows up off the mat, bring your head back. Form a C shape with your spine. As you get more comfortable, you can let go of the mats and start to scoot your hands closer, bring your feet together like the tail of a snake. Think of all the details of the form. A snake doesn't have any feet, so you keep your feet together. Come up higher. And imagine you have the boundless range of motion again, no wrinkles in the back body. Think of a hose. If you fold it sharply, you cut off the water flow. So you don't want to do the same thing. The spine is like a conduit of your energy, so keep the energy flowing. If your hands are able to get close to your hips, and come on to your fingertips. When you push into your fingertips, gives you more power to come up higher. Now the whole torso is up off the mat, just starting from the tops of the legs up. King Cobra, if you like, open up your legs now. Bring your knees up. So bend your knees, bend your legs. Bring your feet up, maybe your toes eventually touch the head. Imagine squeezing socks behind your knees. Stay with the pose. Surrender to the pose. Become one with the form. Break the pose. Come down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bow pose. If you can't hold your feet, you can do skydiving pose. So bring your feet up, your hands on either side of the mat, lift your chest and lift your thighs. You can even stay here, or you can throw your arms up like you're free falling. If you can, you take hold of the feet. So you bring one hand down, you take hold of the ankle, and then you pull on the ankle as you take the other one. And then you pull on the legs, try to get your feet up higher. If you know other variations, go ahead, advanced practitioners. If you want to do the full bow, you take your elbow close to the body, you take one foot first. Take hold of the outer edge of the foot, you press into your base of your toes, your fingers come around to the outside of the foot, and then you bring your elbow up so it's higher than the shoulder. And then you bring your elbow forward, you do the same thing once you have that foot in place with the other one. Be careful of your joints. Surrender to the pose, offer it up. Wherever you are, just think of God. Dedicate the posture to God, and imagine all the benefits going out to God and therefore to all beings. Break the pose. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Come back. Sit. Just bring your legs out in front. Heels stay together. Left hand to the outside of right shin, right hand behind the back, just outside of the back. Inhale, push the lower back up and in, and keep pushing against your outer right shin as you turn to the right. Keep your chest open, fully open to the long side of the mat. It's not just the eyes that turn. Visualize the spine, the spinal rotation going upwards. This might help you turn more just by the visualization. The heels stay together. If one starts to come in front of the other, push the foot that's lagging forward to meet it. You turn, go to the other side. Right hand to the outside of the left shin. And then inhale, push the lower back up and in, use the left arm. Turn to the left. Try to get your chin over the shoulder eventually. Think of the action of wringing out a cloth. And the same way you're wringing all the toxins out of the organs. Break the pose, come down onto the back. Relax in Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you fainted, went completely unconscious. Let go of all fatigue, let go of all efforts. The best is taking place now. Invite it in. Imagine you're being flooded by all that you need, all the benefits. Be receptive to all the incoming benefits in all ways. Physically, allow yourself to let go of all tension, all tendencies to withhold, to block, so that you can everything come in more easily. And mentally, be receptive to it. Be grateful for all that's coming in. Imagine it's coming in from all beings around you doing the exact same thing as you are. Be grateful for it. And what you put out there comes back to you in a favorable way. So you always, a good karma, good actions lead to good karma, good circumstances. Spiritually, just think of all those benefits coming in, so that you can not only benefit from yourself, but more importantly, share it with others. Everything that you have is meant to be shared. Make an intention of continuing to cultivate compassion through acts of loving kindness, through driving all your actions, thoughts, and words from a place of love and compassion. Even those who challenge you, who disturb you, who hurt you, remember that they might be more at the beginning of their path, beginning of their existence, so they will eventually learn the knowledge that they need to in order to avoid those actions that cause pain and suffering. Just wish them a rapid ability to come to this place of compassion, to resolve all those negative karmas. Now we're going to come back to seated position. Move in a way that is gentle, that is mindful, quiet. We'll close our practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of